China's influence has really spread to all corners of the world. Not only the economy, but also the military. The country has an increasingly advanced navy, invested heavily in weapons technology, and built its first overseas military base. Interestingly, to achieve all of that, China did not hesitate to steal ideas from other countries. Like the United States, China is incessantly building aircraft with various specifications. But unlike America, most of those planes were built on designs bought or stolen from competitors. One, Chengdu J-10 Mirap F-16 from America. In the 1980s, the US in collaboration with Israel intended to develop a fighter aircraft based on the General Dynamics F-16. But due to inflated costs, the US pulled out of the deal. Years later, American officials discovered that Israel had sold China's plans to develop the aircraft. From there, the Chengdu J-10 was born. If we look at the appearance, the plane is very similar to the American F-16. 2. Shenyang J-11/16 equals Sukhoi Su-27 from Russia. When the Soviet Union nearly collapsed in 1989, China took the opportunity to secure a production line for the Su-27, a superior fighter developed to counter American fighter jets such as the T-14 Tomcat. China quickly started producing its own Su-27 and then refined its design to develop what we know today as the J-11. In 2000, Russia sold development plans for the Su-27 to China. And that's where the J-16 was born, an updated clone of the Su-27. 3. Shenyang J-15 equals Russian Sukhoi Su-33. When the Soviets were reluctant to divulge the secrets of the Su-33's design, China bought a plane that was a prototype of the Su-33 from Ukraine, the T-10K-3. The result of the purchase of the prototype aircraft was a more sophisticated fighter called the J-15. Technically, the J-15 is considered a major competitor to America's flagship fighter F-16, despite its weakness in the launch sector. 4. CASC Kaihong 4 equals US MQ-9 Reaper. Although there is no solid evidence to substantiate America's claim that the idea of China's armed drone, the Kaihong 4, CH-4, was stolen from the MQ-9 Reaper, but if we look at its physical form, we will know the answer. 5. FC-1 Xiaolong equals Soviet MiG-21. China's love of Russian fighter designs doesn't just stop at the Sukhoi. In the 1960s, China purchased the planned production of the MiG-21, which was later modified and became the Chengdu J-7. Subsequently, by China, the MiG-21 design was then combined with the F-16 design purchased from Israel, and the FC-1 was born with the nose and tail of the F-16, while the wings were the MiG-21. 6. Chengdu J-20 equals F-22 Raptor. The J-20, China's first fifth-generation fighter, was built not only as a competitor to the F-22, but in many ways, it is a direct copy of the stealth aircraft. 7. Shenyang J-31 equals F-35. Like the F-22, the F-35 design was also successfully duplicated by China in the form of the Shenyang J-31. Although still in development, the jet is said to have a larger payload capacity than the F-35 being targeted. Aesthetically, the J-31 mimics both the F-35 and the F-22.